So what we are doing is we're introducing the components for the rescue kits or the rope access equipment that is on the wall behind me. Our Occupational Health and Safety Act has a requirement for us to follow regulations. So Regulation 10A speaks about fall protection plans. A fall protection plan is a document that forms a part of your safety file. And this document is based on risk. So you would have someone that is trained correctly as a fall protection planner, and they will then draw up this document. Based on that, they will look at the conditions where you're working, the environment that you're working, where there are risks, and in the event when there is something going wrong, where they need to then rescue you. And this is where South Africa has the lowest interest at the moment, but has the highest importance. We call it the highest importance. South Africa at the moment has around about 1,100 incidents every year on falls. Based on that, that's about 3 every single day. Last year we had about 7 fatalities, which makes up more than 11% of the total fatalities in the workplace for South Africa. Based on that, it shows that there's definitely a need for these for the rescue, because people are falling. So, and that is why equipment like that is a requirement. Besides just the harnesses and everything else that people see, the rescue side is also something that's very important. Well, if you just look at our FEM reports, FEM is where you look at your injuries on duty. And if you look at the last 15 years of this, the falls went from 25 a day in 2009, 2010 to where we are now 3 a day. Okay, so there's definitely an improvement, and that comes from us educating the public on the equipment that they should be using when working at heights and the risk associated to that. Because of that, we've now reduced the amount of injuries and fatalities doing that, but that has been over the long period of time now. If it comes specifically more locally, we have now looked at standards beyond what SABS or international standards requires to our products. So instead of just looking at the performance during a fall in a product, we are now also looking at the individual's comfort. Comfort is an amazing thing. You know, if I can use an example, where someone's driving in a car and the seatbelt rubs you for an hour, it's annoying, right? If you've got to wear a harness for 8 hours and it's all over you and it holds you. So we have to start looking at those annoyances and alleviating that, because we can only protect people if they're wearing the products. If the product's not comfortable, they want to take it off, right? So it leads on to that. The next thing we also do is we're looking at the fashionability or the look, you know, the aesthetics of the product, because people actually want to dress and look good. Therefore, when we chose the colors on our products, we actually put them on all the different color workwear. You know, and it sounds, to some people it sounds, but now it looks good, it's comfortable, you're more likely to wear it, and we can only protect you when you're wearing it. So it's those little nuances like that that become important. Then also we look at the performance of the product in the real world. When SABS tests a product, they will look at a drop test. And a drop test, they will drop 100 kilogram weight 4 meters far in a straight line. And that is what we call fall arrest standard for that. Fall arrest refers to if you're working somewhere and you can fall off or into something. That also means that it makes logically sense that if you're falling into or off something, that your lanyards would go over an edge. So our products come with a built-in edge protection, just to protect. And this is stuff that the standards don't test for. So that is how we incorporate new technologies into our products. When it comes to design of products and stuff like that, it is very difficult to come up with new solutions, because we obviously have standards and we've got requirements, physical requirements that determine and dictate what the product must look and how they must perform. But what we have found out, we can use AI and some of these technologies now to look at the materials that are made from, and then try and combat some of the issues we have. And this is how we get to webbing that is more comfortable, more flexible, you know, colors that are more light resistant, and so forth. And then also we're using it a lot in our research to get feedback. The most difficult thing for a manufacturer or designer like myself is to get the real world feedback to what we need to see where the problems are, so we can try and fix it. And AI is very good at actually going to find all these and doing the research on your behalf. Obviously you still need the human to sift through it and get it right. Training is such a big element and somewhere where we are very lacking in the country. There are so many training providers who are not accredited, and the problem with a company that is not accredited or not monitored is that the training or the value of the training or the information they provide is not necessarily needed, what is needed for the end user in real life. So us being affiliated with the Institute of Working at Heights, the professional body, helps us to make sure that those things are done correctly. So we have BBF Check services that provide working in heights training at all levels. We do also all your risk assessment training, your first aid, firefighting, all those elements that go through HIRA, SHEREP. And what makes our company unique with this is we are still a product company. So we do PPE and we want to sell PPE. So when clients come to us and they use our products, we actually discount our training. And what's nice is that we're actually promoting then the correct training to the people. And that helps people to get compliant.